this video, we will talk about tone production. In classical guitar style, we use fingers to play the strings. The simple way to explain how you would make the movement is the same way you would make a fist. Some people like to say it's like you grab a tennis ball. While that's a good way of explaining it, I'm afraid that people might understand that their hands has to be, fingers has to be apart. You want your fingers to be closed, not forcefully, create extra tension to make them close, but just fingers gently bump into each other. The reason for that is on the guitar, we have lots of tone colors. I can play very metallic by the bridge and the very soft, mellow at the fingerboard area. And our normal position is here, where the rosette intersected with the string on the bottom section, not up here, but down here. This is where normal position. So when you make music, you can change the sound or the tone color in different areas. Now with your fingers open like that, you can see how there can be a problem where the tone color might be very different. And also it's harder to control your fingers if you spread them open like that. So we want them with fingers somewhat close. So this is where holding a fist is a really good way to explain it. And also shows you the movement, the big knuckles. Make the move and all little knuckles follows. And just like you hold the fist, you don't want your thumb to be inside because then it's trapped, right? If you were to punching a punch bag like this, you're gonna hurt your thumb like that. So your thumb needs to be outside. So when we play, you'll see that the thumb, after the thumb plays the string, it just rests onto the index finger. Movement or hand to produce the sound on the guitar would just be, see, it's a way of just like you're holding the fist. I'm going to change an angle here. The way to produce a sound is push the string into the sound hole. When the string vibrates perpendicular to the soundboard, it sounds much better, stronger than when the string is vibrating parallel to the soundboard. So when we play guitar, we don't play the nail straight on the string. If you want to create a special effect, you can do that. You can even use the back of your nail if you wish to do that. But in the normal situation, we would play on the side where the flash touches the string, and then the nail will push as you release the string. The nail will push the string down, kind of like a 45-degree, not really straight down, but your goal is that to push it in. So when you touch the string, you press it down, and when you release, the nail goes across the string and it produces that sound. One of the things I want to mention to you is you want to make sure that when you touch the string is the flash of the fingertip, not the nail. If a string is vibrating, I'm touching it with a nail. Right, you hear that buzz. So you want to shape your nail in a way that it's the flash touch the string. So if the string is vibrating, it just gets muted, very quiet. And then as soon as you start to press, the string automatically touches the nail. So that's the shape that I have. So the flash of the fingertip touches the string, and when I press, I can feel the string is now on the nail. And then when I release, it's going to be a solid tone. The 3 steps are touch, press, release. Touch, press, release. Touch, press, release. Okay. The A finger usually needs a lot more training, so make sure you work on the A finger, the ring finger. So touch, press, release. Touch, press, release. Yeah. That is how we make sound, or basics of tone production. With classical style, there are two very fundamental way of plug your strings. One is the rest stroke, meaning when I play a string, the finger is going to rest on the adjacent string. And another one is free stroke, where when I play the string, the finger is not going to touch any other strings. So in general, the free stroke is more powerful, has deeper tone, and then the free stroke has less. However, our goal is to practice our free stroke to be as close to be as powerful, as strong as the rest stroke, because a lot of times you play in a piece of music, you cannot use rest stroke because the rest stroke will mute the next string, and if the next string needs to resonant and then the music needs that sound to be there, you cannot just kill it. So something to keep in mind. The way to practice your rest stroke and the free stroke is actually quite simple. I'm going to change it to maybe this angle here. Okay. I'm going to change it to this angle so you can see. We call these fingers P, and then I, and then M, and then A, and then C or CH. So P, I, M, and then A, and then C. Play a rest stroke. I'll simply adjust my hand up. So move my arm up just a touch so that my trajectory of the finger movement will intersect by the next string or the adjacent string. And if I were to shift the knuckle down a little bit by sliding my arm down just a touch so that the fingers will clear the adjacent string when I make the movement. So if I were to show you on this angle here, you see the camera focus. Okay. So here is the rest stroke. See, my finger gets stopped by the next string. And if it's a free stroke, just shift a little bit, just enough. You can see my finger can actually go to the center of the palm without getting stuck by the next string, right? The thumb is the same way. That's the rest stroke. And free stroke. You can also change your angle of where the side of the thumb either play using the nail or using the flash. I'm exaggerating just to show you that you can change the angle there. I'm going to use this angle to show you that when the fingers are in the rest stroke position, the thumb is actually in the free stroke position, right? If you experiment, you'll see it's very easy to understand. If I shift the knuckles down a little bit, now the thumb is in the rest stroke position, and then the fingers are actually in the free stroke position. So when you play the free stroke, I suggest you start with the free stroke and learn to get used to the finger goes all the way into the palm. When you're playing for real, you might not go that far, but it's a good way to train your finger so that it's the big knuckle that make the movement. If you do small movement, then you end up with this little tinkling sound, and then I'll have a very little, very small volume. Now, granted, you can use that as a special effect, but to train your fingers, I suggest you to bring the finger all the way to the center of the palm to get used to the movement, right? And another thing is, you can, if you can, try to have all your fingers touching the string. So in this case, I have the thumb, P, that's rest on the 6th string. And then I have the I, which is the index finger, on the 3rd string. M, the second middle finger on the 2nd string, and A, the the ring finger, right? The ring finger on the 1st string. So this is our standard stance, so to speak. Eventually, your thumb will be able to play all strings, and then your fingers should be able to play all strings as well. But for now, let's just use this basic stance. You can alternate your thumb between the 3 bass strings, but let's just use the thumb on the 6th string for now. Here's how I want you to practice. Try this. Thumb, free stroke, rest on the I finger, and then bring it back onto the string to mute the string. Slowly, and watch the movement. So now we're gonna do I, back, M, back, A, back. At the beginning, if you're not used to this, you could just let the other fingers go just so that you can make this uniform movement. But eventually you want to be able to have the finger independence to learn the control of your fingers. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you is, once you get good with playing free stroke, then you want to try rest stroke. So same thing. So now you're gonna, move the angle a little bit back, and then move the angle back here for the fingers. Back, back, okay, back. So here's the basic exercise you could do. To practice, use your thumb for the bass strings. And if you want to make it interesting, you can just go. And use the side of your thumb to mute the strings, or you can mute it this way if you wish to. We haven't really talked about the C. You can use this for strumming. I have nails on here too because I use this for strumming. I can also use this for artificial harmonics, where sometimes people use the A finger, and I like to use the baby finger here. So we'll talk about that when we get there. Thank you for watching. See you next time.